Hey there, Haydn here, your Spokane real estate resource, and spring is here, signs are going up, and I've been having the same conversations with a lot of homeowners lately. Is now the right time to sell, or should I wait? It's a good question, and the truth is the answer isn't the same for everybody. Spokane's market in 2025 is different than what we saw even a year ago. We've got more inventory, more buyer activity, and way more variables in play. So in this video, I'm going to break down what the market is actually doing here in Spokane right now, who I think should sell this spring, who might want to hold off, and how to figure out what move is best for you. So let's dig in. So let's start with the numbers. As of right now, we've got more homes on the market than at any point since 2017. New listings are up nearly 9% compared to this time last year. Home sales are up about 8.7% year to date, which is much stronger than the projected average of 1.1%. And Spokane's median sales price is up 1.2% compared to this time in 2024. So yes, the market is active. Buyers are out there. Homes are still selling, but buyers also have more options now. That means you're not just listing a home, you're listing it in a competitive environment. And to win in this kind of market, you need more than luck. You need a strategy. So let's talk about sellers that I think are in a great position to sell this spring. So first, if you're a downsizer, this is your moment. You've built up equity in your current home. You're ready to move into something smaller, simpler, or a bit more updated. And this market gives you that flexibility to sell at a strong price and buy with options. If you're that person that has a 4,000 square foot home just with multiple empty bedrooms that you're not using anymore, and you're looking to maybe buy into a nice 55 plus new construction community, just need a 3-bed, 2-bath, but that's like high-end finishes, something like a greenstone build or similar, then this is really the time for you to make that transition. Hopefully you're in the financial position where your house is paid off or close to paid off. You have a large amount of equity that you can put on that next house to where it becomes paid off and or a very low payment that you could take care of in your retirement. Secondly, if you're moving out of Spokane and into a more affordable market, this market's working in your favor. You can sell high in Spokane and stretch your dollar further somewhere else. So whether you're relocating for work, heading towards retirement, or just chasing warmer weather, this is a great time to make that move. We have quite a few people that are making a transition to Florida or the Midwest, where prices are a little bit more affordable. And third, if you're selling your current home and planning to buy new construction, this might be the best setup you've seen in years. Builders are offering rate buy downs, closing cost credits, and all kinds of incentives right now, and many of them are more flexible than resale sellers. So if your home is in good shape and you want to just trade up into something new, this market gives you leverage on both ends. Now on the flip side, this market isn't great for everybody. If you're not fully committed and you're just testing the waters to see what your home could get, I'd recommend holding off. This isn't a wait and see type of market. You either want to sell or you don't, or else you're just going to be damaging your listing over time. And ultimately, if you got an offer, it's probably not going to be that favorable, and you wouldn't even really want to accept it. If you're trying to upsize significantly, especially into a much more expensive home, and you haven't had a recent income boost, that can be a tough move right now, because not only are you moving into a higher bracket in purchase price, but with the higher interest rates, that means your monthly payment could jump pretty significantly. So unless you've run the numbers and it still makes sense for your budget, it might be smart to wait. And if you bought your current home less than 3 years ago and you haven't seen much appreciation, you might not want to make that move yet. I don't think you're gonna have enough equity to make the move worth it, especially once you factor in agent fees and closing costs. In that case, it might make more sense to wait, build some equity, and revisit the idea next year. There's a lot of people that are locked into low interest rates right now that bought in the last 3-4 years, and it would just, sometimes they'd have to bring money to the table in order to make that move. And sometimes it just makes more sense to just figure out how to make your current home work for you for the next 3 to 5 years while we wait for the market to correct a little bit. So what are savvy sellers doing right now? Well, they're prepping their homes early, decluttering, making small updates, and making sure their home shows beautifully online and in person. They're pricing strategically based on local data, not emotional attachment to their home. And they're working with a local agent who understands Spokane's market and knows how to attract the right buyers. In this kind of market, it's not the biggest or flashiest homes that win. It's the ones that are best presented and best positioned. So it is now the right time to sell. For a lot of people, yes, especially if you built equity and you're ready to make a smart move. But for others, I would suggest it might be worth holding off until the timing makes a little bit more financial sense. If you're not sure which category you fall into, that's where I would come in. I offer a free seller strategy session where we go over what your home could realistically sell for right now, what your net proceeds might look like, what you could afford in your next option, and what kind of timeline or prep would get you the best possible results. So there's a link in the description below to schedule a meeting with me anytime. If you've been following along with this seller video series, definitely like this video, subscribe. And if you've been following along with this seller video series and getting value out of it, leave me a comment down below, subscribe, like this video, and make sure to check out last week's episode where we cover the 3 biggest mistakes I see Spokane sellers making right now. I'll link it right here. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.